All right. We are out of Cali today. We're in Washington, D.C., state of Virginia. Is that correct, Mike?
State of Virginia.
Just watched the Commanders pull off probably one of the most crazy wins I've seen in my life in person ever, to be honest with you, Mike. Good to see you. Miss you on Bring the Juice. We have some teammates rolling through tonight. Start us off.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
All right, man. First and foremost, man, love to see you, man. Love the support.
Mike!
My guy, Frank.
Mike!
Yeah, so let's just get it going. My boy, Don Hampton.
Yo.
Man, like I said, I can't say enough about this guy. You know, rookie, great rookie. Man makes plays. Turned the linebacker in 7 days and as a DB. But, yeah, man, we'll get into it later on the pod. But, man, just say what's up to the people, man.
What's going on, people? Dom Hampton. Do I just say where I'm from and shit like that?
Don't overthink it, bro.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Dom, okay, that was a good point there, Mike. So you came in not playing linebacker.
Came in as a safety, yo.
Came in as a safety. You played safety in college.
I played a lot of positions in college.
Okay, but
starting at corner, then nickel, and I played safety for a year.
when you got told the day, I'm in the National Football League playing safety, I need you to transition a whole different level right there. What was the mindset like having to make that switch?
At first, I was sitting in my feelings a little bit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'll talk about that, bro, because that shit ain't easy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, in my own head, I had to figure out the difference between, like, sympathy and empathy. And, sympathy and empathy, and just knowing I can sit in this pocket that I'm in, which is, like, me getting switched from positions, feeling like nobody's still on the table for me. Just understanding, like, if I sit in this pocket and really understand what I'm doing, this can accelerate my growth or it can halt it completely. So I can either take this step and use it as a stepping stone, or I'm just going to fall down and, fall beneath my training, which I feel like I'll never do.
What was something when you're deep in your feels and, that's kind of a lonely point, Mm-hmm. What was kind of the kick in the ass, the trigger that said, nah, this is a challenge, a little adversity, something that I wasn't expecting to do, but I'm built like this. Let's get out of our feels. Let's turn it on now.
My Savior, Jesus Christ, man, I'm going to be honest.
Amen.
The Bible gets to me if I'm really in a tough situation, I'll call my grandma. She was preaching to me when I was a baby, and I would just talk to her, and she'll make sure to get me through it, point me to a specific verse that would resonate with what I'm doing and situation I'm going through. So I would say the Bible is a big thing that got me through it, and then for myself, I'm just self-motivated. Like,
right.
I wouldn't have got here if I wasn't motivated. Mike knows that already. Like, we've gone through a lot just to get to this point. It's almost luck and skill at the same time. Like, I know a lot of people that were skilled in football that just didn't make it because the luck wasn't there.
Right.
So knowing I'm in this opportunity and I got my position moved, I can look at it like nobody's still on the table for me, or I can look at it like I'm going to make a true impact,
Man, I mean, I could just say, like, just being to work with you every day, man, the passion, the effort, I mean, the shit that you put into this, like, it means a lot, man. I'm on year 5. We got Bobby in the room. We got Oos in the room, like, guys who are way older than you. But, I mean, just coming into work every day with that, when I got moved from defensive end to linebacker, it was a head roll. But I took a whole spring ball to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched you do it in 10 days. So, like I'm saying, I can't say enough about you. Just coming in every day. I mean, I've talked you off the ledge a couple times in the games, but I mean, I swear, man, it's your mindset, bro. I think it's your mindset. It's positive. I mean, you're touched on a lot to these kids, but I mean, a lot of guys trying to get in the spot that you're in right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it just talk to us a little bit about that. Just how, like, every day, like, how do you show up to work every day knowing, like, I could be up at any time?
Shoot, it's crazy that you say that because recently I've been reading The Energy Bus by John Gordon, which my coach Ken Norton put me on to.
Shout out, Coach.
Shout out, Coach, man. A big influence. But, this book is just, like, all about positive energy and knowing that you can control your path in life. If you don't like the path that's being paved, you can create a new one. So that's a quote we had the other day in the linebacker meeting. But, it's just all about positive energy and bringing people along and getting rid of people that are being energy vampires.
Yeah.
So keeping that positive energy going and making sure, like, in my head, my perception is my reality. So if I wake up and I'm like, the sun's shining, even if it's not, I'm going to have a good day.
I think that's very relevant in the sense too of like, okay, this show is called Bring the Juice. Bring the Juice was something we our locker room, our weight room, we get fired up over as a slogan of like, okay, shit's a little flat today, right? Sometimes you're not feeling the real momentum, right? Juice is Hail Mary, tip, win, beat.
Facts.
That is juice right
Everybody
there.
off the sideline.
Sideline, turn, locker room, turn,
Yeah.
testosterone, turn. Like, there isn't something outside of the game of football that can mimic that. I mean, World Series, somebody just Freddie Freeman hit a walk-off grand slam a couple nights ago. That's juice, right?
Yeah.
Those moments in sports, that's why you play, bro. That's why you go through all the shit to get those little 10-second spurts. It makes everything worth it all of a sudden. And I know you've had a lot of different football accolades where you've experienced that juice, but it really is. It's more than that. It's on the days when you don't want to. When it's January and you're not really feeling this shit anymore.
Right.
Body's hurting.
That's real talk.
Or now that y'all in the league, like April, you probably should be getting right. You know that OTAs are starting up. You know that you got to earn your job every single year, and you're the new cat on the block, right? Like, it's cool that you guys are in a room where everyone's iron sharpened ironing, like trying to elevate each other. That's not always the case in position groups, right? Sometimes there's a line between guys.
Yeah.
But if you could come to work every day, we're talking football. Like, you could be an accountant, you could be a baker. Shit, my family farms onions for a living. Like, that's what I do full time.
Okay.
And I still got to find ways to bring the juice the way I did in athletics to the table. And I think that's one thing that people really resonate in this like this platform is like, you're a professional football player. You guys ball out. You guys are fucking doing the damn thing. But you still could bring the juice in anything you do in your life, right? You could apply that shit in different ways, shapes, and forms, always and forever, constantly. And you are exemplifying that. But reading this book, for instance, what's up, fellas? Post up real quick.
What up, man?
How's it going, bro?
Yo.
That's my man Chris. That's Don, bro.
Mike.
I'm Frank.
What's up, bro? Jordan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro. I'm Frank. Nice to meet you. Grab some drinks over there real quick. We're just getting things going. Jake, get these guys some chairs right here. Game's on. Yeah. Get some shit. We're just rolling real quick. Sorry for that interruption, real quick. But you mentioned books. What other books? What other forms of motivation do you apply in your life to kind of continue to sharpen your skill set in your mind?
So for myself, like I said, books, motivational videos would be a big thing.
Yeah.
Just get something to give me fuel every day.
Right.
Like, some mornings, like you said, it's harder to wake up and go do what you want to do. So you need 93 fuel that day. You need premium fuel. And that's the days where I pull out the motivational videos. Like, oh, you a rose growing through the concrete. It's Icky Johnson. Like,
Icky be preaching.
those are the days I pull those videos up. But normally I feel like I can wake up and kind of put myself in the mindset of it's a work day. Let's get some work done.
Take us through, just so for people to understand, like, being inactive is tough, right? You got people in your corner saying, like, oh, man, you're in the league. Like, you're still getting game checks and whatever. But, like, as a competitor, you want to play. Mm-hmm. Take us through, like, you might not be on the field, but, like, a day in practice. Like, I mean, you're getting the most. We talked about this the other day. You have the most reps of every linebacker on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, take us through how you mentally prepare yourself to get through that, or just, like, your inner thoughts.
That's easy. I take my Wednesday and my Thursday are my Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I go into practice like, yeah, this is my game. And I take that mindset in there knowing that I'm going to get better for sure.
Right.
And the person that's going to have to stop me from making plays is going to get better because you're not about to just not try and stop me from doing shit. So if I can cuss, I didn't mean to say
Oh, you can say what the fuck you want, bro.
But yeah. So, I mean, it's mainly more of like I just try and come in on my work days and really put in that work because that's all I got. You know what I'm saying?
Coming in from Arizona, what was the competition like growing up in Arizona playing football?
It's underrated, bro. It's crazy that people don't think AZ got talent for real. Like, AZ got people.
What would you rank them in the States? Like obviously
Okay,
it's not Cali, it's not Texas,
a Cali,
it's not
a
Florida.
Texas, it's not Florida, it's not a Georgia.
No.
It's better than Delaware for sure.
We're throwing Delaware in there?
Yeah,
Fuck.
He's from Delaware.
Oh, you threw a shot. I was sitting there fucking, it's better than Maine.
Yeah, it's better.
Beat South Dakota.
I'm gonna say Arizona's number 7.
7.
7. If you can name 6 states, Arizona's coming.
Okay, so I'm not going to go order here. Cali,
Yeah.
Texas,
Yep.
Florida,
Yep.
Georgia,
Yep. Now
Bama,
what?
Louisiana.
Bama? Okay,
Louisiana.
Bama, Louisiana. Now what?
I would go Colorado.
Washington.
I would go Colorado.
Stop.
I would throw Colorado.
I'm not.
High elevation. It's hard to
I'm not
believe.
familiar. I'm not familiar enough to know.
Crazy.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah, they got South Carolina got some people. Yeah, for
Just
sure.
naming southern states. That's all y'all just did. Just know.
I said Colorado.
Let's name some. Okay, you did say Colorado, but realistically, Arizona is top.
No, I'm not saying Arizona's.
Arizona has its dogs. Arizona has its dogs.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pennsylvania has some chirps.
DMV, really.
Pennsylvania, Jersey.
Maryland, yeah, DMV.
Maryland.
Jersey.
You can tell where people are from.
Yeah, you
Because
can.
this man said Colorado. He's obviously West Coast. I say Arizona, obviously West Coast. Where you from, brother? Yup. So you got the two Delawares talking about PA. PA, no. I'm not.
Bro, Maryland got good council.
They got the DMV.
Like St. John's, bro.
Are these schools?
Top schools? Top schools, bro.
I've never heard about it. I've never heard about
All
it.
right, so AZ's top 7. I'll let that one side.
Number 7.
Growing up in AZ,
Yeah.
was it your goal to play at Arizona State or Arizona?
No.
Why? Shitty ass programs or what?
Sorta, kinda. I went to the coach and I met him and he was like, "It's
Who was it at the time?
who?
Arizona was Herman, right?
Nah, it wasn't Herm. It was before Herm. But I mean,
What?
whoever it was, he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be Arizona versus everybody." And he told me that while he was recruiting me. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get every Arizona guy and we're gonna beat everybody else in the country." I said, "Bro."
So you just said we're not gonna win, so I'm not.
I said, "Bro, if you're being serious, I'm not committing here, bro. We will lose every game."
Which is crazy.
Arizona's a top 7 school, but there's a lot of people in Cali. There's a lot of people in Texas.
And I
There's a
promise
lot of people
you,
in Florida.
85% of those kids grow up dreaming to play at USC or UCLA.
Yes.
So look, I think you are like, I'm not playing at Arizona. It's crazy.
Half our roster
wasn't going.
at Fresno
Texas.
State. No.
When you were there?
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Half our roster though was dudes who got from LA. They got denied to play at USC and UCLA, and they came to Fresno State, and that's why Fresno State constantly beats UCLA because they take that shit personal as fuck.
Yeah, real shit.
And
I
it's
mean,
like,
except when you were there, and it was all
you
Texas
beat UCLA.
guys.
Yeah, we had a lot of Texas guys, Texas cats. Different conversation. But why'd you end up going to UW?
I went to UW for like the heritage of DVs they were putting in. So like a couple years before I went there, they put like
Rap came out.
They had some.
they had people like Buddha, Rap, Sidney Jones, Kevin King.
They had a long
And we,
list.
hey,
Byron Jones,
let's believe
Byron Murphy.
we played them when they were 3 in the country.
Yeah.
We felt the
I'm saying like
talent.
And that DB room has always been elite, and I was just like, I really want to be a part of this. So like I told you earlier, I came in as a corner, and I played corner for like 3 years, and I learned a lot there. Moved to nickel, learned there, and then safety was like the culmination of all of that coming together.
Right.
Like corner and nickel, and then I just like to tackle, so it's kind of easy to go play safety.
Well, sticking on the college route, we have a common guy.
Yeah.
Our guy, Kalen DeBoer. Talk to us about his leadership and what he brought to you.
That was a coaching change in your era, right?
It was, yeah. My
tell me
last
tell
2
me about
years. Yep. So DeBoer came in
From
2
Fresno
years
State.
before. Yeah, he came from Fresno. We snatched him. Not gonna lie, but
Dirty.
yeah, he came in my last 2 years, and DeBoer's leadership way was more of like a professional. So it was like, we're gonna allow you to come in and put in this work. You probably felt a lot of that. He wasn't putting too many like stipulations on what I can do with my time, but it was like when you come in, it's work time, and it was a lot different than the coach I had before that, which was like trying to control every step you took. Like you couldn't walk this way without him being like, no, walk that way. You know, so it was a big change in culture, and I can appreciate his coaching style for sure.
By talking about that and just him letting you do your thing, what do you think the misconception or what kind of going on with Alabama right now without Nick Saban?
What do I
want to
think
get into it?
What do you mean?
Like, why do you think they're not having as much success? We've had DeBoer, he was great. You've had DeBoer, he was great. With Indiana.
Well, hang on, Mike. You got it. This is a loaded.
Alabama.
This is a loaded question here, bro. There was a motherfucker named Nick Saban there before,
Facts.
and Nick Saban. I will say this: best coach of all time in college football.
Yes, I agree.
Okay,
But-
they had in our era. That's the dynasty. That is the dynasty.
They were the Patriots.
They were the Patriots.
He had the best recruits, but yes.
I'm okay, but Mike, you say that we brought this up before. Do you think the dudes at Florida and Tennessee and Georgia can't run 40 times like they do at Bama, can't jump like they do, can't do that.
point.
There's a culture in college football where you got a group of dudes, 18 to 22, you come in fresh as hell, you don't know. You're used to being the dog of your high school, right? You're used to being the all-conference dude, the shit, right? Playing both ways most of the time. And all of a sudden you come in, you ain't shit. You're bottom of the totem pole.
bottom.
You got to re-earn your spot. Your spot.
Don't this sound familiar, bro? This is every next step you take in football. Like you're talking about.
I know.
That's the.
This is why it's a good ass podcast because we can really air this shit out.
Nah,
Motherfuckers, all they do is they see ESPN and they're like, "Man, Alabama's bad." I'm like, "No, man, they're going through some culture changes." I think. Why are the Commanders good this year? Your culture is fucking legit.
100%.
Like it's openly.
Yeah.
I tweet it constantly. Like you could see it. And why do you think you won? Like, all right, a night like tonight, you guys probably could have won by 40. Realistically, that's all shoulda, woulda, coulda, though, right? But at the end of the day, college football coaches have such a green group of guys. They don't know how to act like professionals, and that's why there's 5-stars that come in that get beat out by fucking walk-ons because they can't handle the pressure. They might be able to run a good route or cover a guy one-on-one at a camp, but they can't necessarily come every day and be on time to meetings.
I think it's more
Have a
about
notebook open.
about buying in. Like we,
Yeah.
At UW, we bought into it because we were doo-doo before he got there.
Yeah.
We were 4-8, so we're gonna buy into whatever walk in this door.
We're fucking 1-11.
So
1-11.
So you gonna buy into what he talking, and he talking like, oh, we really gonna win some big games, okay? And after you start winning a couple, you really get into
Start
that.
believing.
Yeah.
Well, fucking juice, but now
Nah, I just don't. I don't believe Bama has believed it like they should have. Like,
Yeah.
they haven't bought into every word DeBoer has said, and I can just tell that by how they play.
You can see it on the sideline.
They playing like individuals too.
I think there was such a culture with Nick Saban, and I saw he redesigned the office. Okay, Nick Saban had this old school like man cave den. I thought it was fucking sick personally, but
Yeah, I know
old school shit, right? And then DeBoer kind of put a little bit more of like a new flair on it, like a facelift in the room. And I don't think it's a bad thing, right? And one of the reasons Saban got out of the game is because the landscape of college football is changing with NIL and the way the transfer portal's rolling. Like Kirby Smart said it best, where it's hard to create a culture in a locker room with guys who are there 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years even. Because guys, they might be one and done. They might be a backup somewhere and their rival school is going to pay them a bag and they're jumping ship because they're going to take the fucking bag, right? Yeah. But Nick Saban, when that wasn't an element, he was able to get guys who could be starters at other schools and buy in and say, hey, you're gonna be a 2 for a little bit. You're gonna be a 3 for
when you play,
you're gonna have fucking passion to be a gunner on punt as a freshman. Even though, yeah, you're a 5-star who could go start a lot of places and not have to play punt. But this is the way we do things. He had to order a business. And I think he lost a handle on that because of the people jumping, you know? And I do think DeBoer is going to, because he is a good fucking football coach, like a damn good. I think he will reclaim the Bama culture. He'll get recreated. He's not going to be Nick Saban, though. He's not going to be Nick Saban.
My only thing is about the whole Alabama situation going on is, okay, take a guy like Josh Jacobs, right? In this new NIL deal situation now. Josh Jacobs sat on the bench for like 3 years, 4 years. Would a guy like him, not hit the transfer portal nowadays?
He would have.
100%. You know what I'm saying? So, 100%.
It's a different game. I agree.
It's a whole different, like Bama. Bama has 4 deep, 5 deep. Everybody knows the biggest thing in college football is your 1s are great, your 2s are ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your 3s, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing in college football. Bama used to have 1, 2, 3, 4, like,
5s.
you know what I'm saying? So that is the only thing I have on, like, it's tough for guys like DeBoer because guys like DeBoer are in this new era where it's like, I think Bama's going to make the playoffs. I think Bama's going to take a run in college playoffs. I really do. But my thing is, like, it's tough. I mean,
who got left?
Let's say I got this guy $3 million, but someone's offering him 10. I mean, I'm not staying in no school for, you going to offer me $50 million, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole situation to me. Like, yeah, the Nick Saban era, I get it, but at the same time, like, if your 4 strings as good as your the 1-0 on the other team, like, shit, you gonna win a lot of games.
Yeah, real talk.
So yeah, that's my only part about him. And DeBoer, if you look at his track record, he's been a winner. Sioux Falls, Fresno State,
Even Indiana, 1 year.
You know what I'm saying? He's a winner. So I think if the kids buy into what he has, I think Alabama is going to get back to what the Nick Saban era was. I do.
So what would you say after us both having him? I didn't have him as a head coach. I had him an OC. My little brother at Fresno State, they had him as head coach. As a guy who had him as a head coach, what do you think's one thing where you're like, I think he's best in the country at this?
In other words, as Coach Ken would say, what's his superpower?
His superpower is scheme.
Yeah, no, he's
His superpower is having someone run wide open. But at the end of the day, you still got to make that throw. End of the day, your QB still got to read that. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, your line still got to block. End of the day, your other receivers still got to run their routes to get people distracted so he can get open.
Preach.
So it all comes down to, like, if everybody wants to buy in, like I said, like, you going to run your route hard for him to get open. Bama, they probably don't got that. They looking at it like, oh, Ryan Williams is the guy. You get open, bro. Like, you get open. You don't need me to get you open. But at UW, when we played, it was like we had the second receiver taking, running the route hard as possible so homeboy can get open. And that's why it worked.
Right.
It's about buying into what the coach is speaking. And, I mean, that's in every level of football. Like, every you got to. You got to have a brotherhood, a culture. If you don't, you about to lose. Once shit start getting hard, it's over with.
Like, I just want to take it to, like, right now, I mean, we're living our dream, right? You know, you've dreamed your whole life to play in the NFL. You're young. I get that. You're a rookie. Doing a hell of a job, too, by the way. I just want to know, like, what would you tell your younger self? Let's go back to Dom growing up, Pop Warner football. Like, what's one thing you would tell yourself? I mean, all the adversity you faced, what's one thing you would tell young Dom?
You don't have to rub elbows with people so they don't think you're weird. If you think you got to be at home watching film by yourself, do it. If you think you don't want to go out to this party, but you hear the social pressures of like, come out and do this, woody whoop, don't do it. Like, I would tell my young self, bro, be as weird as you want to be and what you feel like you need to do to be great.
In other words, just be you.
Be you. Don't listen to what people are trying to tell you on the outside. Be yourself.
My wife's got that tattooed on her boob right here. It's a terrible tattoo, but it says
I like that meaning, man.
little pencil, drunken night.
A drunken tat?
She had it before I met her, bro.
Oh, damn.
It is what it is.
Cover up, I mean.
Yeah, it's covered up. You can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's public information. We'll have to spot that one. I like that, though, because that's true. Because I think it's weird where, like, especially when you're your young self. Because I wasn't around a bunch of people who had the same work ethic I did growing up. And I was, obviously, I'm not some bruiser. I was a work ethic type motherfucker. I'm gonna be on time more than you are. I'm gonna get there earlier. I'm gonna get extra reps in. I'm gonna do this shit. That was my recipe, right? Yeah. It got me as far as I could, and I loved my career. I got to meet people like Mike and have these friendships. And once you're done playing ball, the hardest part is how do you take that same approach to making money, being a good husband, being a good father, being a good businessman. And it's fucking hard, bro, because you're used to that juice we were talking about after the fucking game, that moment with the boys of like, man, we're fucking here. We put the work in. We won this fucking game. Like, let's turn up. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
But how do you do that when you don't have a football game anymore? And taking that approach is tough, but it's hard. What I'm getting at is it's hard to be different than people that are just used to being normal. Like, nobody in this room is a normal individual. Like, you're just not. We were just talking about, we went to fucking Winnie's just now. I told you, I had a kid 2 weeks ago. He has a son. Like, there's a standard this kid's going to have, right? Like, we're not normal. Like, yes, if you don't want to play football, that's fine. But you're going to chase greatness in some avenue in life.
Yeah, facts.
You want to be a great fucking piano player? We're going to grind. Yeah. We're going to grind our
you're gonna be on that
balls
piano.
off. You're going to be Bocelli out there, man. But we're not going to just go through the motions. And I feel like people put their kids in sports and, yeah, you make some friends. Fuck that. We play to win, bro. And you play to be the best on your team in anything that you do.
And that comes from your household.
It does.
It comes from the head of your household. Because I remember I had an older brother. I have an older brother. I'm saying had, but he kind of just put in my head like, bro, why are you okay losing?
Yeah.
Like, don't ever lose. It's like, yeah, why the fuck would I lose to this person? Like,
No.
they just like
in everything.
Yeah.
Not just football.
And it's just ingrained in my head as a kid. I'm like, why would I lose? And I'm looking at other kids like, oh my God, I'm nervous to win. And I'm like, bro, why are you nervous to win? I'm nervous to not lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even thinking about losing. I'm just like, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna go my best. If I don't win, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the satisfaction of knowing when you go to bed at night that I did everything I possibly could to be the best version of myself I could possibly be. Yeah. If shit doesn't come my way, I'm good, man. I got God on my side. I put the work in. I did this, that, and the other. The cards didn't fall in my favor on this specific thing, right? You know you're putting the work in right now. You're not dressing yet, right? You're going through you're going through it. The hard part is not folding and saying, "Man, fuck this shit. I want to trade. I want to go someplace else."
That shit's easy to do too.
It's easy to do, and you get
I wouldn't
in your
rush a
feels.
trade, but it's easy to just be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go through the motions today."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just be like, and just like motor through life.
Yeah.
That's an easy decision to make.
Now, we have this guy, Quincy Pondexter, 9-year NBA vet, dog. He was boys with Kobe, and he kind of talked about this thing called
I know you're talking about.
his dark place, okay? And that shit's fucking real, bro. Because it's your shit when you're driving home by yourself, no music on, and you're just kind of really processing that shit. Like, it's not easy as a man to be able to face certain battles, and no one feeling sorry for you.
Nah.
You could call a loved one and like they'll hear you out maybe.
But they're still gonna be like, "You're in the league, though. Enjoy
They
it."
can't
100%.
they can't
But it's like, you
relate.
don't know what I'm
It's not
talking about.
their heartbeat. It's not their emotion, their feeling, and like you gotta find a way each and every day.
I'll say like the hardest thing for me just going through it was trying to find somebody who could relate to what I was going through. Like for like a lot of us, I had a hard upbringing where I'm the youngest of people, but like I'm the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying? So like it's hard to call somebody and say like, fuck, like this ain't going my way, but you make 10 times more than that person, or you live in this house, or you have this car, or you have this and that. Like to them, like shit, I'll take your place, I'll switch with you. But like kind of what we were talking about earlier, just like the dark place and not being able to play, but having to go out there every day. Like sometimes I come home every day and my wife thinks like, okay, here's your son. Like not knowing that like, yeah, you might not see me on the field as much in the game that you're used to, but like I just got done taking fucking 40 reps in practice type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best advice I can give to you just as a young player is lean on Jordan. Lean on somebody, lean on your friends who are in the league who can experience it, because I got my brother, he's not my brother, but I call my brother Javen White, and he went to the league too, and he's really the only person I can really talk to who really knows what this shit's like, I mean, you guys were in college, but shit, like, at Atlanta Falcons, bro, like, I was a dude over there for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then till I wasn't. I was rocking a single-digit number. I was starting every game. I was playing big, and next thing I know, I was cut. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to have those conversations because people don't understand. Like, there's no one who I could talk to in that aspect who relates to, who's been to that, So I think the best advice I could give to you is just, like, lean on people in similar situations like you. And that's not a knock to anybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, Frank is one of my best friends in life.
Let them know.
But it's just the fact of, like, I can't call Frank and tell him, like, this is what's going on, or, like, I'm getting fucked over here and here, and have him be like, you're good, Mike. You're in this place because you have this, and that. So lean on those people who talk you off. Like I said, I try to do my best to talk your little crazy ass off the ledge when you be going through it on the sideline. But, you know what I'm saying? Just know, like, anytime you feel some type of way, like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was going to be in Atlanta for my whole career type shit. So just lean on those people.
Appreciate that. That's some good advice.
I think it also, but Mike, like you went through that adversity, and last year was a tough year. Like you were bouncing around, and before you know it, like it's week 9, and you got the fucking green dot for the Pittsburgh Steelers telling T.J. Watt what the fuck to do.
Yeah, shit was wild.
Which leans back to keep that faith, keep doing the right thing. Don't just let off the gas. Like fuck it, because there's dudes. I'm sure you saw it in college more. Where like they're collecting their Scully check. They kind of gave up trying to fight to get up the depth chart. They're like, they're not going to play me. I'm a senior. I'm a junior. They're trying to recruit a guy so bad to take. They want to recruit a guy who's my position. Like, what the fuck? I'm right here. I'm doing my part. Like, that's hard when you're hosting a dude on a recruiting visit that they're going to bring in to take your fucking spot. Like, it's kind of a fucked up concept, right? They're like, hey, yo, show them a good time. Like, and I don't know about you, but like, there's certain people at Fresno State where they'd be like, hey, man, if you don't like this, and this, do not come here. It's not the place for you. But at the same time, like, that's you fucking internally going through those demons. It's not easy. And I did want to transition to one thing. So, like, you went to the Combine. I've talked to Mike. I've talked to a lot of dudes who have been to the combine. What was your combine experience from a mental standpoint? Because from my understanding, it's extremely challenging on the mental side. People see the 40-yard dash and the fucking jumps and shit, and they're fired up off the numbers, but there's a lot more to it. What was that experience like for you?
I would say it's pretty taxing in terms of you not gonna get the same amount of sleep you was getting during training. They gonna hold you out in meetings. You're gonna be in the hospital for like 10 hours. Just, hey, do you wanna get an MRI? Nah, but you're gonna get one. You know what I'm saying?
That. You might get it multiple times.
Yeah, they might be like, hey, we messed it up once. Come get it 2 more times just to make sure we're good. And you're gonna be in there for 10 hours. Yeah, like real talk. So I mean, it was
You was in the hospital for 10 hours?
10 hours.
MRIs.
Bro, I was just
In and out the donut.
I watched 4 different movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Like
I
a
watched
Lizzie,
4 different movies. Fam.
4 different. What movies you watch?
All the Transformer joints. The Revenge of the Fallen.
Bro, it was like
The
2.5
first two-
hours each.
The Age of Extinction. I'm like,
They
I'm
genuinely get shittier, though.
They
one's-
definitely get worse.
The first one's the best one.
The Revenge of the Fallen was fire, though.
Bro, Megan Fox, Shallow Buff. When Shallow Buff got out, it was
Hey,
like,
Megan,
whatever.
you're
I need to
next.
stop
You're
watching
next. You're next. We're gonna talk about that.
No, the OG Megan Fox, Shallow Buff is the best Transformer. What? No.
He's next. We're gonna put him on here in a second.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I was watching plenty movies.
Cool. And then what?
I got my MRI. They said, hey, come do it again.
Yeah.
And I sat in that machine for probably another 2 hours.
Do you think they did it just to fuck with you?
Low key, and then there's probably somebody that you can't see that's just peeping your body language. Like, is he tripping off of this?
Right.
Like, if you was in there like, bro, I ain't trying to do this.
Right.
Then somebody gonna be like, oh, yep, we got him. But I was just like, all right, put my headphones in, just vibed out.
Right.
So I kind of just tried to play this even kill as I could.
When
It was pretty taxing though.
when Frank asked me the combine question, my biggest thing was like, it's the only place where people are looking for a reason not to take you. You know, like the combine as a kid, you're like, oh man, I can't wait to go to the combine. Like I get to the combine, I'm going to the league, like this and that. And then you get older, you get there, and like, let's not make any mistake. Like, it's a blessing to get to the combine. I mean, it's something you work for your whole life. But then when you really realize that, like, yo, like this don't really help me. This is a reason not to take me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what do you kind of think about that?
Well, I feel that if you're not doing your numbers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like overall I had a smooth combine. Like, my 40 wasn't what I wanted, but I guess that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, my numbers were smooth, and I'm just like, I didn't really feel like this is why we're not going to take you. I felt like it was a boost for my shit.
Okay.
Mainly because, like, I only played safety for a year. So they going off of 13 games of tape, 60 plays a game. They're like, is this enough tape to draft him at safety? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I took that. And then, yeah, that's basically how I feel about that. I don't think it's like a don't get me here. I think it's more of like a, if you can show off, show off.
Yeah.
Like, if you got good hips, when you get in the DB drill, open your hips hella well, open again, like, and they're gonna be like, damn, that's nice, let's get them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If your superpower is jump hella high. Like,
Real
I was
shit.
at the combine, T.O. damn near broke the record for broad jump. I jump like a 10.8.
Oh,
and then
fuck.
he
T.O.
jumps a 12.4. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm
T.O.
like, hey, what?
Hold up. We interviewed T.O. at the East-West Shrine game.
Did you?
Yeah. He fucking rocks the shit out of the hat still. You told me.
He every day.
So
Every day.
we did it, and at the East-West Shrine, we can't do this. Like, we can't be drinking. We can't be cussing. It's all. Everyone has to stick up their ass.
Yeah.
We love the East-West Shrine. It's great. But, like, it's not the bring the juice experience. And I tell guys that. I'm like, yo, I'd love to chop it up another day. But I did ask, because he got the combine invite. I was like, what's your take? And he's like, I'm going to break the record.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was.
Like, he
was,
called that shit.
Nah, he's
And then I remember watching it,
he's real.
and I was like, motherfucker did that.
Nah, he's real, fam. I'm telling you. And then we did the vertical, and I'm pretty sure he jumped like a 42 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, he's just a freak.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's what the combine is. Just show off what your superpower is.
What was your draft experience? Did you think you were going to go when you thought you would go? And all that?
Delayed
delayed party. Walk us through that day. Man.
Cap. Irritating.
Sure.
I got a call during the draft. So if you get
Yeah.
a call during the draft, you think you're getting drafted. I'm getting a call from a team. I'm not gonna say the said team, but I get a call. They're gonna call me and say, "Hey, make sure you stay by your phone." I said, "Bro, if you call my phone during the draft
I never.
and
That
tell
was
me to stay
crazy.
by my phone, I will go up to the facility."
That was on day. That was on day 3.
That was day 2.
Yeah.
It was the second and third round. So, and they texted me the morning of.
Yeah.
They're like, "Stay by your phone." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna stay with my phone right here. My shit right here." I'm looking at it. I'm like,
You
I'm
do
looking at
the.
every pick, and they call me. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Hey, yeah, just stay by your phone. I'm like, "Bro, hell nah."
You did the draft party and everything on day 2.
I had people behind me just waiting.
Oh.
Oh, you got a call. They just looking over my shoulder. I'm like, "Yeah."
That's crazy work, bro.
I'm like, yeah, that's not the right call. So it was a cool experience, I guess. But overall, I feel like it was irritating and delayed than a motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, ultimately it worked out though.
I got to where I am.
You're in a good spot.
No, I love this. God works in crazy ways.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of why I'm not tripping about the situation I'm in terms of like being inactive, because my whole life has never been easy. Like I've never came into football and was the best nigga immediately. Like I came in, even in high school, I came in and I was a freshman, and they brought a freshman up other than me, and I had to work. End of the year, I got brought up. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just, and it comes from the household too. My mom was like, "Your life never gonna be easy."
Right.
I was like, "All right, you're right." So now I just look at life like it's not gonna be easy, but I'm not gonna fold. So what am I finna do? You know what I'm saying?
I always ask everybody, like, where do you think you were gonna go? Because for people who don't know about when you do get drafted, like you said, you get calls, you get chatter, your agent hits you. Like, there's places you think you're gonna go that you don't end up
You
at.
saying where or when?
Where?
I thought
Both.
I was going to New York.
Still both.
I thought I was going to the Jets early.
Jets early.
Like, not like first round early, but like.
But day 2,
second-
let's
yeah,
call it day
second,
2.
third, yeah.
Day 2.
'Cause they had a couple picks too. They had like 5 picks in
Yeah.
the second and third round. So I'm like, oh yeah, they for sure finna get me. And then it was also the Bills, but the Bills took Cole Bishop, like early second round. So it was either Bills or the Jets. And then I was like, I'll go to the Commanders. I told my family that before the draft. And then it happened, and I was like, damn, this is God working right here.
Right.
So that.
Yeah. How about that? You got anything else, Mike?
I think it's been real.
Dom, I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you
It's
bringing the
solid, man.
juice.
Appreciate you, my dog.
Yeah, stay fired up, boys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all.